I was an intern.
Was
Hi.
You can jump through.
Put that in there.
Hi, Matt here from Ape Forge. We're here with the most recent intern from the University of Montana, Allison.
Hello.
And we're just gonna kind of do what we do with most of our interns that we have, is kind of have a quick conversation about her experience with Ape Forge, and what she learned and what she plans to do and all that mumbo jumbo. So to get started, what is your degree? what the hell are you doing?
My degree is MIS in marketing, and I'll hopefully graduate this fall.
Okay.
Yeah. I was an education major, but I dropped out during COVID, and then I went back just a few years ago to finish up my degree and switch to MIS in marketing.
What was the draw to marketing specifically?
I have always been really creative, and then also, I don't know, I always loved my dad. Like, my dad would talk about things that I didn't realize was business. It just was like the way the world worked, you know? And I always loved talking about those things with my dad, and then growing up, I liked to talk about them with other people, and didn't realize it was business still. And then my boyfriend one day was like, you know what, if you went back to school, you should go back for marketing because you'd really love it. Like, all you like to talk about is like art and business, and that's where those both like intersect. And I was like,
Yeah, totally.
and that was like a really nice way to put it too, because like, I don't know, other people had wanted me to go back to school, but it was more of a like value thing rather than like, no, I think you'd really like this, and I do really like it. And then once I was in school, there's this professor at the university, if you've gone to the University of Montana, Dr. Firth will always try to sell everybody. His class is just a sales pitch on MIS, and he sold me, and I added MIS to my degree.
Can you explain what MIS is?
Oh gosh.
What does it entail in like a shortened version?
I feel like, even though I'm an MIS major, sometimes I feel like unqualified to answer that question, but in my understanding so far, it is where business and technology intersect, because businesses need to use technology to accomplish their tasks. And so MIS is like, incorporating, like getting technology to fix the business problem. And then AI is a big part of MIS because like that is so good at doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Ape Forge functions at the intersection nonstop.
Yes, and you do it for medium-sized agencies rather than like, when you think MIS, I feel like you always are thinking like
Big
corporations and like what Henry does, and you know what Henry does, right?
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
like Salesforce and like call bots for like these big corporations, but like little corporations need the simple tools, and you build those simple tools.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's kind of been my approach, creatively, is to problem solve with these different tools, bringing these high-tech solutions down to the small, medium-sized businesses. And I think when I first brought you on, I wasn't exactly sure how to connect Ape Forge to the MIS stuff, because I'm like, I don't know what MIS, I've never heard that term before. But I understand what you're telling me. And the reason why it looked unfamiliar to me was because it was such a formal, this is what MIS is, it's blah. Where I'm like, oh, that's just in the fabric of what we've always done. Listening to a client, understanding what the pain problem is, and presenting technology and design in a way that made it applicable to them, and how they're deliverable. And you got to put your hands on a few of those projects, or at least see how. I think specifically with like the Playtime Movement app, or even like TACBox, you saw like the finished product of that research and development and all that stuff, to see, oh, here's an applicable use of this type of information. I think that, hopefully for you, that was eye-opening of like what you're learning is super valuable.
So eye-opening. Yeah, I think what you do is like so cool, because like you can do it on, I don't know, it's just so, not that what you do isn't really difficult and hard, but like it's cool to learn about it and like to be able to give those tools to other people or like use them for yourselves, you know, like it is like with the tools out there, it is approachable to small to medium-sized businesses to like incorporate technology into their workflow, but they don't know how to do it. And you like are like, here. And it's so cool that like there's that piece. Yeah. What I'm saying is like it was really cool to see that, and then also to like think about it for myself, like how can I solve, because I have my little cleaning business, and now I'm starting a matcha business at the farmer's market.
Now it's on record.
And so
10 toes on the ground, man. Damn.
It's just like every business could benefit from technology and a system that helps them organize their workflow. And like you create that system, and that's and Ape Forge, it's cool to learn about how that works. And I wasn't really interested in the giant company with the call flow and like the, you know, like Henry's job. Can't talk about that in the review. Anyways.
Cut that.
No, they're not going to know who Henry is. And they don't know about his job.
Title this video, Introduction to Henry. Let's talk about Henry. How does he make you feel?
Great. Warm and fuzzy and okay.
Who is Henry? What is a Henry?
A Henry, it's just perfect. I don't know. There's only one.
So for your future wedding video, I'll present this as a like intro to that intro video.
That'll be perfect.
What is a Henry?
And we'll be in Hawaii. We'll all be in Hawaii together. Are you guys so excited?
That's a formal invite.
That is. That's a contract. Okay, that doesn't have to be written down because it's it's under $500.
What are your plans with your degree?
Everybody keeps asking me that. I think when you make a plan, God laughs at it. So I think it's so silly that we expect everyone to have a plan. Because I know if I had a plan, it probably would not work out that way. I like to look at it like sequence, if you've ever played that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's basically like you get cards and you try to get 5 in a row. And you just have your cards, so you can only place pieces in random places where you have your card. And so my strategy for sequence is always to try to cluster all of my pieces together in one area. And so that's also like my strategy for life. Like I don't really have like a 5-year plan, but I've been trying to like build skill sets that all work really well together. And so that, I don't know, whatever will come of that. Like I just build skill sets in the areas that I enjoy, and like now, I don't know. I'll get a sequence, but I don't know what it's going to be.
Yeah, no, and that's kind of for me. Whenever I ask someone that question, I remember when it was asked to me, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, let alone today. What are you talking about? So like now, as like I'm in my career path, when I ask interns or anyone younger than me, I guess, I ask that question as kind of a test the waters of, and if the answer is hands on hips, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm like, oh, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, great. The world is violent and scary, and it's gonna bite you. What you're talking about with, I think sequence is a great example of how to compare that. Because it is kind of like that. There is a lot of chance, and you kind of go into the world with this tool chest of things that you know how to do and how you put those together, regardless if you pursue a job at an agency or a corporate entity or for yourself. You have the tools to apply and do that yourself, and that gives you a lot of power in terms of how the world works.
Yeah.
So like I applaud you for that. Great job.
Thank you. Yeah. And they're all things like I'm interested in, so like whatever pops up, hopefully I'd ideally be interested in that.
Yeah.
And then there's luck too. You never know what's going to pop up, so I can't say I want to be this because I don't know.
Yeah. I remember when you first started, it was some conversations of like, so like my normal question of like, so what excites you? What do you want to do? And that like, oh, I don't know. And like, well, do you want to be an artist? Because I can teach you more of the graphic stuff. Or do you want to be more of a technical person, like with the MIS stuff of like, do you want to work in apps and do all this other stuff? Or do you want code? Or do you want whatever? Do you want to know more of the business side of stuff? And you had interest in all directions because you weren't quite sure. And I saw that, like, I want to build that tool chest of things so that I can figure out what the hell I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And that's hard. And it's also mature to recognize of like, it's okay not to know. But you have the right tools to figure it out moving forward. And that's something really to be proud of. So you've been at Ape Forge for a hot minute. What has been your most favorite like thing you've done?
Maybe like when we tried to design a logo for PEI.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sure.
That was just like such a new fun challenge, and I don't know if I'd like want to do that for my life, but that was like I don't know, it just made me feel like really capable, and also like people, like every single logo you see out there is just designed by somebody like us sitting in an office, you know what I mean? And like
brainstorming and
it's all
coming up with
brainstormed.
ideas.
Yeah, and before this internship, I like saw everything and was like, yeah, everything that's here is like something somebody made, but like it really, I had to sit down and I had to do it, and then I had to like present it to Vicky and be like, and like that itself just helped. It's like I don't know, it helped me like overcome a bit of imposter syndrome with like, can I make things, I guess. And I don't think she even used our design, I don't know, but like, it wasn't about that. It was about
conceptualizing and executing something.
Yeah, it's like the first time I ever made a cup in ceramics or pottery, you know, like it wasn't about the cup, you know what I mean? It's not about the bowl and like the fact that somebody else actually helped me like sinter the clay and that, you know, somebody else fired and glazed it. It's like, I made it, and like I can make something. I could make something else, you know what I mean? It's that first step, and that's the hardest. And
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the hard part of this kind of career, especially in the process that we do stuff in, because that was an expedition. And that was one of those first ones. I was like, do you think you're ready to run an expedition? You're like,
no.
Hell yeah, dude, I'm ready to do this. Put me in charge. And I was like, cool, do it. And that was a little bit of that. All right, she expresses that she's interested in going into the deep end. Here you go. I'm also here to help you.
Yeah.
And figuring out how to ask stuff and why you ask stuff. And I think the biggest takeaway from that you had originally said, like right after, like, I think I learned I need to listen. And that was a big part of that, of like, we just ask the question and let the customer.
Well, and it wasn't just like I need to listen, like it was, and now I notice it in other people, is that I need to like be honest when I'm listening, because sometimes when I'm listening, I'll nod, but I don't know what's going on. But I just feel the social pressure that that's what you're supposed to do in the moment. But you like pointed out, you were like, you're nodding when you don't understand. Like that's not helpful. And like it was like, oh wait, that's actually not helpful.
Yeah, I remember when I was like, I'm gonna have to say something because I don't want you to get out into the world and then have it bite you hard. So I'm just gonna bite you here.
I know.
And I remember going home and telling my wife of like, oh, I think I just crushed her, because it was a thing I had to point out. But you still came back the next day, and I was like, oh, cool, she doesn't hate me, and that worked out really nice.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that meant something to you. But you did honestly do really well in that environment of. And you worked on your ideas, you stuck to your ideas, and you made the thing. And that's what I was like, oh, okay, cool. You can do the conceptual work, the where to click and how to draw something. You can learn. That's time, and we have a short amount of time to do this. So the fact you're able to conceptualize that was like, oh, that's it, bam, donezo. Next.
Yeah.
And in that, especially in an expedition kind of format, it is a fast-paced thing where ideas get left on the cutting room floor nonstop. And like I'll come up with 20 ideas, and none of them are going to cut it. It's going to be someone else's idea that comes in, and then we adopt that thing. I think ultimately we didn't go with 1 year designs, but elements from it made it into that final design.
Cool.
So we'll put that here. That's where we'll put it right here. Oh, we could have put the golden ape here.
Oh.
That's like a centerpiece. Oh my god,
So
she's
funny.
beautiful.
Someday when it loads. Okay.
Where were we? Just a second
We
ago.
had just talked about the project.
The project.
My favorite project.
Yeah, your favorite project. What was the most difficult project to work on?
I'd say also that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is,
There's a lot of learning that had happened in that.
yeah, I didn't know how to work Affinity at all. And I
Yeah.
had to try to make something in Affinity, which was way harder than you would think.
Yeah.
Yeah, really hard. But I learned like so much from that, and now being able to use Affinity, it's such a cool tool, and like it's something that I will use in the future, like pretty often. I've
Yeah.
used it throughout this semester already on different projects, and like it's a really cool. But that was definitely the hardest project because of learning Affinity, and then also the like imposter syndrome of it
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. I think one of the takeaways from the initial interview with you, I was like, I think we're going to have to work on our confidence of put your 10 toes on the ground and express yourself. Is because a lot of this is we're shooting from the hip, and we're also using our heart for a lot of stuff. So when we make something, we have to be okay to, one, show that, but also be okay to be told no. And that's the hard part of this whole thing. But I put my heart into it. You did, and that's awesome. It's also gonna hurt.
Well, and also like detaching your own, like realizing what art is and what design is, and that
Yeah.
design is like designed for,
Yeah.
that was hard.
Yeah.
You know, you detach yourself from it. You don't make what you would want to make. You make what would best fit this.
Yeah. The differentiation between art and design is that design is a system. You're creating something to facilitate a message. Where art is, I'm expressing myself.
Yeah.
And there's moments where they're one and the same, but you also have to develop them separately and plug them in as you go. That's hard because when you look at it, when you look at anything on a screen or something printed, it all looks like it's the same thing. It all looks like it's the same thing, but it's not. It's very much calculated and formulaic. But when you can create something that blends all that together, that's good design.
Yeah.
You don't notice it. You
You
don't think about it.
Like a Little Caesars ad. I've been like the simple ads. I've been watching them, and I'm like, wow, impressive.
Little Caesars. I love that you brought up pizza.
It sounds good. It sounds tasty. Like sidetracked you.
Yeah, no, I got sidetracked. My brain's slipping. Where the hell are you going?
So in a few weeks, I'll be, like a week and a half, I'll be studying abroad in Italy for 2 weeks, which is really exciting and really scary because I've never been to Europe and I'm traveling there alone and I have to take a train and I'll be okay. Hopefully I'll live. Maybe what's next for me is dying. Kidding.
Cut that. That's not.
It's really good. Keep that. Yeah. And so after I get back from Italy, I'll still have my cleaning business, and then my boyfriend and I right now are trying to start a matcha business at the farmer's market, and we're throwing everything together. And I am utilizing so many of the skills that I have learned at Ape Forge to like build this business kind of and like sketch it out. Like there's so many more things I know now about marketing and tone and like and design, and it's really exciting, like to be able to use all of those things on a new project. And I've been, with my time at Ape Forge, I've been trying to like, Matt has worked with me a lot to use my skills to like, the skills I'm learning here and what he does for small businesses to try what you do for small businesses to try and build up my cleaning business, and we've made a website for that, which has been really fun. And like Matt and I worked together, and I went through the expedition and we created brand guidelines for Sponge, which was so fun. But I'm gonna sit down like over the next few weeks, and my boyfriend and I will be sitting down and like doing all of that for the matcha business. And I feel like I just know so much about the way I want things and the way I don't want things and the why behind that. Like we think with our facts and our feelings, you know? Mm-hmm. Or we make our decisions based on facts and feelings, and it's just really cool. I'm really excited about it. This fall I'll be going back to school and hopefully graduate. Right now I should be graduating this fall. I'm nervous that something's gonna happen, but everybody says I shouldn't be nervous.
Don't be nervous. You'll be fine.
And then we'll see where life goes from there, you know?
It's exciting.
Yeah.
And of course, you'll be part of us one way or another, just kind of either hanging out or getting advice, all that mentorship, whatever you call it. But
yes. Just popping in.
Yeah. Trivia, whatever.
Yes. Yes. They're really good at trivia. Best trivia. Or no, I should stop talking to the camera.
We're on a losing streak of like 5. We're out of gift card money now.
Really high, and
so cut that. I think that kind of covers the gambit of what questions I had for us to kind of talk about. Mainly,
cool.
It was real quick, real easy. Who are you? What are you doing? How does Ape Forge apply to you? And what do you do next? So,
I don't know. It's a great company. If you get a chance to work here, you should try to work here.
You can say that with more confidence, please.
I said it with, that was a good amount of confidence.
that was as much
you
confidence.
Have confidence.
I don't have confidence.
Yes, have confidence. You just have to have it.
My armpits are a pool of water right now.
Really?